Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that quite often would feel themselves quite anxious in certain social situations. And what was evident after talking with the client is that there was a fear of being rejected, or that there was going to be a judgment made of the person they were with that would lead to them deciding to break a connection. And where this comes from in a lot of people is childhood. Quite often, as children, we have the experience of being left out or rejected, or something that means that we don't feel worthy or valuable. As we get older, we can keep hold of these belief systems that actually give way too much power to the people around us. And I used to experience very severe social anxiety. And when I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I had this severe social anxiety, I had the belief that what other people thought about me mattered way more than it actually did. So while it's good to kind of work on your perception and work on, being a good person, if you have this kind of feeling that you need to be liked, it leads to people pleasing. It leads to making choices based on what you think other people want. And when I used to try and seek the validation from people around me, it would make me really insecure if there was any criticism or any negative feedback in a way. And my belief system now, which is what inspired and infused this particular hypnosis session, is that I like to be liked. I just don't need to be liked. I like receiving compliments or positive feedback from other people, but I don't need that positive feedback. When I first became a hypnotist, I was really anxious at the idea that I would be criticized by other hypnotherapists. My big breakthrough was not caring that if a hypnotherapist didn't like my style of hypnosis, I was okay with that, because I knew that I had good intentions and I was trying to do positive things. So in this hypnosis session, it's designed to empower the client that I was with to take the pressure off themselves, to feel resourceful, to feel playful, to feel relaxed in social situations, but not give too much power and influence to the opinions and actions of other people. Because you wouldn't want to live in a world where everyone likes you. It's totally fine for a few people not to like you, because if you're honest, you don't like everyone. There are certain people you don't want to spend time with. And it might just be that they value different things, and they see the world different from you. And if it's okay for you to not like everyone around you, isn't it also okay for other people not to like you all the time? And once you embrace that and accept that you don't have to be liked by everyone, actually becomes a lot easier to be in social situations, because then you build on this belief system, which I feel is a really helpful belief system, that if you are completely authentic and completely yourself, then you're going to attract the people that you would want in your life and repel the people that you wouldn't. And if you think of it that way, then anyone that doesn't like you is just making it easier for you to find the people that actually are going to bring more value to your life anyway. If you're struggling with social anxiety, if you're struggling with confidence, if you feel that you can't really be fully yourself in social situations or work situations, you can always click the link in the show notes that will enable you to schedule a free 30-minute consultation call to explore working with me. But at the same time, you might find that this session is actually quite helpful. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a calm, comfortable feeling of resourcefulness. Feel that resource there in your lungs. Feel that warm feeling. And as you exhale, release any tension around your eyelids, your eyebrows, and feel that tension leave your body in your outward breath, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed simply by breathing in and breathing out. As you accept that life is full of complex emotions, but also you can never feel two conflicting emotions at the same time. Not once have you felt happy and sad at the same time, confident and anxious. You've never been filled with enthusiasm and boredom at exactly the same time. So as you breathe in and breathe out, you realize strong emotions displace weaker emotions. So I want you to imagine you're breathing in resourceful emotions for you. I want you to imagine breathing in a wonderful feeling of confidence. And maybe you can remember those times in your life that you felt not just confident, but those times that you felt 10 foot tall and bulletproof, supremely confident. And imagine breathing in that feeling of confidence and then adjusting your body, the tension, your facial expressions, to feel how you would feel if you were at your most confident. Breathing in confidence and exhaling doubt. Confidence is just a feeling of self-assurance and certainty. And as you tap into that wonderful feeling, there is no room for doubt. And sometimes doubt can be the cause of anxiety. Doubting if you're good enough. Doubting what you're doing. But as you tap into that feeling of confidence, feel those doubts leave your body. Perhaps you can remember a time where you felt playful. Maybe you were listening to music, a certain song. Maybe no one was around and you were just dancing around your house. And I want you to imagine that you're breathing in that feeling of playfulness, that you're re-experiencing what it feels like to feel comfortable in your own skin. And maybe you wouldn't dance the same way if you had an audience, but here in your own home, you're free to do whatever you want. So feel how good it feels to feel free and playful and fun. And if you're dancing around your house, then your muscles are relaxed. Nobody is rigid when they dance. Nobody's serious when they dance. So tap into that feeling of being fluid, being in flow, being able to move with the music and feeling relaxed. Breathing in playfulness and breathing out seriousness. Breathing in fun and breathing out any idea of consequence. I want you to imagine we're about to go back in time. I want you to imagine you're going to go back in time to when you were in a feeling of flow, feeling connected. Perhaps you can remember a time in a pub when you were able to have strong connections, communicate well, you felt safe, and you felt that you could truly be yourself. And I want you to imagine you're a stranger in that pub, observing how you look when you're in a state of flow, when you're tapping into that feeling of playful authenticity. Notice that you're not breathing in a shallow way. There's no muscle tension in your jaw. You're seeing someone that smiles, not to force a smile, but just because you feel relaxed smiling. And I want you to observe that version of you where you are able to be comfortable and relaxed, and to enjoy seeing yourself with a feeling that you can be yourself while simultaneously communicating and connecting with other people. And I want you to imagine being that stranger in the pub just observing you. You're going to play that childhood game of imitation. I want you to breathe the same way that that confident, calm, playful version of you is breathing. I want you to be as relaxed as that confident version of you is, to mimic the similar facial expressions. And at the point where you feel that you've mimicked that confident, playful, connected, in-flow version of you, that version of you that's on form, imagine stepping into that body to feel how good it feels like to be that person. I want you to put one hand on your chest, one hand on your diaphragm, and notice that you're breathing lower down. That when you feel in form, in flow, playfully relaxed, you're naturally breathing lower there in the diaphragm. Notice that how relaxed your neck and your shoulders feel. And notice there's no inner dialogue, no worries, no concerns about how you're being evaluated. Because the stakes are low, because you feel safe. You're able to be yourself. And I want you to imagine there in your diaphragm is a resourceful feeling. So now put both hands there on your diaphragm. And I want you to imagine that calm feeling there in your diaphragm is how you activate this in-form, in-flow, playful version of you, that whenever you breathe slowly from there, this is the version of you that comes up. You will gravitate towards this version of you, but even if anxiety comes, it's just a short, small wave. And by slowing your breathing, you activate this resourceful version of you. Notice that when you're in this state, you're not staring straight into someone's eyes. You've got that peripheral vision. You tend to naturally match the body language and facial expressions of the people around you. Ideas come thick and fast. The communication flows back and forward. You laugh, not because you're forcing a laugh, but because it just comes up that way. You're in a good mood. You're feeling really relaxed in this environment. And you can relax both hands now by your side, enabling you to feel even deeper relaxed. Because I want you to imagine that in this place, in this pub from the past, your imagination is open-minded to new ways of thinking. Your unconscious mind will receive suggestions, ideas of things that can enable you to think differently, to feel differently, and act differently. So I want you to imagine that you can pause everyone in this pub. They're frozen like musical statues. And instead, I want you to imagine you're in your body feeling calm and relaxed, and now you can see a big TV screen. The kind of big TV screen that they broadcast big sporting events on, maybe like a projector or a large screen. And I want you to see a future version of yourself, that as you hear these suggestions, you see the future version of you acting accordingly. Because as you enter social situations, see yourself with a warm, comforting light surrounding you, giving you a shield of calm and confidence. You can see yourself, that future version of you on that screen, as a likable and approachable person. But really notice how you're radiating a natural aura of friendliness. And that version of you in the future isn't pretending to be interested. That version of you has the ability to get interested in almost anything. If a TV show is being explained, you're seeing a version of you become curious about that TV show. If someone's telling about their travels or their life or their job or their family, see the version of you genuinely interested in other people, listening intently, and not forcing empathy, but showing empathy in your interactions. I want you to see that future version of you looking relaxed, but engaging. Seeing that you're breathing slowly and steadily from your diaphragm. Seeing that your muscles are relaxed. That you're breathing in a super relaxed way. And I want you to imagine in that future version of you, this is a person that wants to be liked but doesn't need to be liked. This future version of you recognizes that not everyone will connect with you, and that's perfectly okay. This future version of you embraces the idea that, like nature, diversity in connections is completely natural. As you think back to your school days, you had good friends, you had acquaintances, and there were people that you didn't talk to too much. You weren't rejecting anyone. You just naturally gravitated towards people that somehow your unconscious knew you would get on well with. So why would things change? Some people will want to spend time with you, other people's less so. And that's okay. As you sit there in that pub feeling that feeling of playful relaxation and connection, imagine there's a mental switch inside your head that allows you to let go of any need for external validation, knowing that your self-worth is intrinsic. And if you could imagine that switch is switched to needing that validation, just imagine flipping that switch so you no longer need that validation anymore. Say to yourself, just inside your imagination, I am worthy just as I am. And feel that this is reinforcing your belief in your inherent value. Look up at that screen, looking at the future version of yourself, and see that version confidently navigating social situations, but also speaking in public. See yourself handling any challenges or awkward moments with grace and composure. You already know you have the ability to connect with like-minded individuals. Like attracts like. And as you find things to like in other people, the law of reciprocity means that people will find it natural to like you back. The more interested you are in other people, the more interested other people will be in you. Imagine that this is just a game, that you get what you give. As you give positive intentions, you get positive intentions. As you give respect, you get respect. As you give kindness and consideration, you get all of that back. Then you can imagine a calming river of self-assuredness flowing through you, as any doubts or anxieties just get washed away in the current. See that future version of yourself, standing tall, embodying self-assuredness, and embracing your unique qualities. Not everyone has to like you. You don't need them to like you. Doesn't matter if it's a friend or a family member. By you being yourself, anyone that doesn't like you is missing out on what you have the ability to bring to their world. Your subconscious mind releases any past negative social experiences. Just allow them to flow away like leaves on a stream. Because you yourself are a sanctuary where you can retreat to recharge and find inner peace whenever needed. Imagine developing a strong sense of detachment from the opinions of others, focusing on your own perception of yourself. I want you to get a sense that other people's opinion of you is none of your business. And as you accept that to be true, let me know by nodding your head. You can appreciate compliments, but any negative criticisms, any ill-informed judgments reveal more about them than they do about you. You are calm, you are confident, you are at ease in social situations. Because every social interaction from this point onwards is an opportunity for growth and connection. But more importantly, an opportunity for you to practice playful curiosity. That by being really curious about other people, it becomes fun, playful, and interesting. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a dream. Everyone's had that embarrassing thing that's happened to them. And everyone has overcome hardship. And as you become curious about the lives of other people, you realize that we're all just human. And people want to be understood. People want to be respected. People want others to take an interest in them. And you'll find that as you do these things naturally, people become interested in you. This shield of self-assuredness surrounds you. There are idiots in the world. There are ignorant people. There are critical people and people that are full of hatred and judgment. So imagine this shield protecting you, deflecting any negativity or judgment from others, keeping that positive, confident, playful version of you safe. You can embrace the idea that your presence brings value to the people around you. The more relaxed you feel, the more value you give. It is a privilege for people to be in your company. Take one final look at that TV screen in that pub and see yourself leaving each social interaction looking confident and fulfilled. And some people say that in every interaction you either win or you learn. When it goes well, that's evidence that you are good with people, that you are confident and playful. And if it doesn't, maybe it means that you need to let go of the judgment of other people. That is their business, not yours. As long as you like who you are, who cares what other people think? Breathe in and breathe out, and then find yourself unpausing everyone in that pub, feeling how good it feels to just be in flow, in form, calm and confident, the words coming effortlessly when you need them. Imagine saying goodbye, leaving the pub, and then finding yourself back in your body, firmly in the present, right now. Very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken full of self-acceptance, full of a feeling of worthiness, feeling that you accept yourself, you like yourself, and you don't need other people to like you. And because of that, you will awaken feeling there is no pressure in any future social interactions. You can benefit from those social situations, but there's nothing to lose. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, feel like you're connected, fully in the moment, but taking all these wonderful resources and new beliefs with you. as very soon I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.